introduce to you the man of the hour, Tony.
Hello and welcome back to At the Gates. I am Tony, your host, and I am joined by no one today in particular, but I do have the good people of Arizona around me. I am at Surprise Stadium at the left field gates, and unlike most shows, I've already done my ball hawking. Ended the day with 9 Major League Baseballs and 1 Big Ten baseball, so that was pretty sweet. 1 college in there, my first. I was able to get the Arizona commemorative, actually 3 of them, so that felt nice to check off the list, and then surprised myself and got a 2015 postseason ball that the Royals were using. It was underneath the fence, and dug around a little bit and was able to grab it. So nothing really new today, not a whole lot of topics. I'm sure I could go through and look at last podcast and see who was signed, who's where, but honestly, I don't really care because baseball is back and it just feels good to be kind of surrounded by baseball. I think I like Arizona just a little bit better because, well, the furthest drive is really only about 1 hour. Everything's right around the Phoenix area, which is really, really nice. I'm still going to possibly go to the White Sox and Dodgers facility here in a little bit, Camelback Ranch. Have a hockey game tonight, which I'll be doing another piece of the episode from. So I'm going to kind of keep this short. I don't know if you can hear that, but that was the announcement, and kind of stumbled across this kind of the cool way, and Utah Valley is facing the University of Minnesota, so it's kind of cool to have a home team here and just kind of peeking through the fence and able to enjoy a little bit of college baseball, which I've never really witnessed in person before. Really kind of odd hearing the ting of the ping of the metal bat. It's weird, but yeah, it's baseball's back. The podcast is somewhat back. I'm back in the swing of things with a nice decent 9 today. I feel happy with that. I was really only going after the commemorative Arizona ball, so all balls beyond that are kind of extra cherry on top. So I don't really have much else, as there's no one with me. I think I'll be signing off for the baseball portion of this, and next time you hear my voice, it'll be a very smooth transition to the what used to be the Phoenix Coyotes, the now Arizona Coyotes, who host the St. Louis Blues. And kind of cool to enjoy 2 sports in the same day and not have to worry about wearing anything other than shorts. Well, hope everyone is well and enjoy the hockey part of the show, which will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanks for that wonderful transition and countdown, Tony, but you are incorrect. I am actually back at Camelback Ranch and decided to do a quick little update here because I stumbled across 2 baseballs, even though neither of the teams, that would be the Chicago White Sox or LA Dodgers, are actually at the stadium right now. There is actually a college baseball game. That'd be weird if it was basketball. I don't know how they'd play on grass, but that'd be kind of cool to see. Anyways, college baseball game. Definitely know that the Boston College Eagles are playing, and I believe it's Northern Illinois, but I am not quite sure because I'm not actually inside the game and didn't really pay that much attention. But, like I said, I got a couple more baseballs, which brings the total trip up to 11, and barring any late stops at any of the other facilities here in the Phoenix area tomorrow, I think that's probably going to be it. Pretty stoked though. It was nice to come away with 11 in one day, especially spread across a couple stadiums and it being basically done before noon. I mean, it's the first real full day of just pitchers and catchers reporting, and guys are still taking BP that didn't really have to be there. It was nice to see, but it's pretty low key right now. I'm just getting back in the swing of things, so you can see why they're only probably putting in a couple hours of on-field time, and then probably going in when it's warm and studying the plays and getting familiar with the group of guys there in the locker room. But really, that's it. I think that's the next time that you'll hear my voice, in just probably less than a minute or so. I will be at a hockey game and waiting at the gates there. It's not normal that I do that, but since this is a big, special, massive trip, I decided, what the heck, let's do it and include some other sports in the mix. I like hockey. A few of others of you also like hockey, so I hope it's enjoyable. And I'll see you at the Gila River Arena just outside of Phoenix in Glendale, Arizona. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, take 3. I am finally at a non-baseball event, and I'm coming from the Gila River Arena. And the Phoenix, or now Arizona Coyotes, are going to take on the St. Louis Blues. And I will be entering here shortly. And so far, from what I can tell, it's a much different experience than any other stadium or arena that I have been to. It's basically a shopping mall that has a sporting event tucked inside of it. It's for a non-traditional market, I think it makes a lot of sense. It's not necessarily something that the hockey purist or hardcore enthusiast is really going to appreciate, but for what it is, I think it has the ability to draw in people that might otherwise not go to a hockey game, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, especially for the Phoenix area that really isn't used to hockey. I know that they're going to start a new arena here along with, I believe, the University of Arizona, which they are starting their own program, or is it Arizona State? One of those two. But anyway, they're partnering up with the local college team here and going to have a joint arena, which makes a lot of sense. I haven't been inside the arena yet, so I can't really comment what it's like, but it's not falling apart or anything. It looks relatively new. It looks all right. It's your kind of traditional hockey arena that is not necessarily hockey arena, but just your traditional arena that's concrete and no frills. It's going to be an experience. This is my first time going to a non-Minnesota hockey game. It's kind of cool, kind of weird, especially going to Phoenix for my first non-Minnesota game, but it is what it is, and I'm excited to be close to the action. I'll be right against the glass, which is also a first experience for me. Maybe come home with a puck, which would be pretty sweet, because then I can also say that I'm a puck hawker. I don't know. We'll have to think of that, and I think Alan's going to have to develop a website, because I know Chris Hernandez out in New York also catches a few pucks, and I've caught a couple at some college games, so I think that there's a very, very, very small market for us. There's not much more to say. 11 Major League Baseballs from this whirlwind of a couple hours, 1 Big Ten collegiate ball, and much more experience for tonight in store. Maybe I'll do a follow-up, maybe I won't, but if not, thanks for listening, and we'll see you probably opening day, which is, for me, I believe it's April 11th, and a few months away, but let me know if there's anything that you want to discuss in between there. You can come up with a list, and thanks for listening to the real episode 1 of season 2. All right, well, from Arizona, this is Tony signing off. And one last thing, let's make a non-official sponsor here. Today's non-official sponsor is Green vegetarian restaurant in just outside of Phoenix. I don't know if it's in Phoenix itself or just outside, but look it up. It's on 7th Street, and it was really cool. Right next door is kind of a bakery and ice cream shop that sells vegan baked goods and vegan ice cream, which was also really sweet. So I had a po' boy from there, which was actually really good, and I also had some chili fries, and I can't complain. So far, this trip has been really good with vegan food, and it started off with a really low point in Vegas, but ever since day number 2 in Vegas, it's been quite fantastic. So this is Tony signing off for real, and thank you for listening to the podcast. Talk to you in a couple months. Captain's Log, Stardate 69603.6. The added bonus material at the end of this podcast. I just wanted to update everyone and share some excitement that I caught a puck at the game. And it wasn't a game puck. It is your standard, just black practice puck, but that is a first at an NHL game for me, so that was pretty cool. Overall, not necessarily weekend, but the day here in Arizona has been a whirlwind, a lot of places to go, a lot of things to do, and it hasn't treated me badly. Thanks for listening. Captain out.